Hi there, my name is Andrew Mason, and I'm the CEO of Descript. Today is a really big day for us. First, we're releasing an all-new version of Descript that we've been working on for over a year. And second, we're announcing that OpenAI Startup Fund is going to be leading a $50 million Series C fundraise for us. So I'm going to talk about both of these things, but first, the product release. If you haven't seen the current version of Descript, just really quick, it's basically an audio and video editor that transcribes everything so you can then edit your recordings like It's basically an audio and video editor that transcribes everything so you can then edit your recordings like you would edit a doc. And there's a bunch of other magic AI stuff that we have in there, like for example, you can create a clone of your voice. So then you can just make edits to your recordings by typing what you wish you said, by typing what you meant to say, and it generates the audio and blends it in automatically. Lots of cool stuff like that. We've been around about 5 years now, and every year we release more and more stuff to make Descript a more powerful, more complete video editor. Things are going pretty well. We're now at a point where a lot of great podcasts are made with Descript. YouTube creators are using it, TikTokers, businesses are using it for everything from quick video messaging for internal collaboration, to social clips, to creating presentations and marketing materials. What we see ourselves being up to at a higher level is really trying to just reimagine the way that video editors are designed so they're no longer a tool for creative professionals exclusively, but they're in everybody's communication toolkit, right there next to docs and slides. But we think to pull that off, it's not enough to just take a gross timeline editor and move it to the cloud and make it collaborative or whatever, because timeline editing will always be a grind. It's just always going to be slow when you stand it up next to text as an alternative. So we think if you really want people to be as prolific with video as they are with docs and slides, then the tools need to be as fast, intuitive, and flexible as docs and slides. So more than ever, that is what we're trying to do with this all-new version of Descript that we are releasing today. Here it is. And I'll just give you the world's quickest demo here. I'll start by recording some video. And look, it's transcribing as I go. And if you make mistakes, no problem. You just edit them out like you would in a doc. Now here's where the slides part of it comes in. Whenever I want the visuals to change, I just type a slash, and that creates this thing that we call a scene. And then you just arrange your visual shots the way you would arrange slides. So Descript becomes like this mashup of a doc and a slide deck. So like here, I have a scene where my camera's big, and here I have another one where the screen is big and the camera's small. Maybe in this one, I'll use Descript's one-click AI green screen because we have that. It's a new feature. And now in this scene, I'll drop in one of our millions of pieces of premium stock media because that's a new feature we're launching today too. Anyway, I hope you get the idea. Here's a link to where we have a much longer overview with all the new features and stuff. But the point I'm trying to show you here is that I'm doing all of this just by interacting with a script in the canvas, like docs and slides. It's super fast, familiar, and fun. And just because sometimes I worry that when I show this off, it could come off as simplistic or like gimmicky, I just want to show you that under the hood, there is, still a full timeline editor, and we've got tons of really powerful features. That I think is the coolest thing about Descript is that we didn't really make a choice between being simple or powerful. We figured out how we could use AI to reimagine video editing in a way that we could be both of those things. So this release is a full redesign around this concept of scenes, and there's a ton of new features that make Descript a really capable, mature video editor, and we hope you'll give it a try. There's a free version and everything, and if you decide to pay, it's not that expensive. Okay, so that's the product update, and now I want to tell you everything about this investment from the OpenAI Startup Fund. So normally, if you're a company like ours, you spend the first several years losing money. And to keep things running, you periodically sell off a chunk of the company to venture capitalists who give you the money that you need to run the business and other benefits like access to their network or neat ideas that they got from watching their kids use their phones. But sometimes you find investors where there's also some strategic overlap, and that brings us to OpenAI. Artificial intelligence is now being used to generate audio, like in Descript, but also text and images and video, and it's getting really good. And this company, OpenAI, is right at the center of it. For example, they have this text generation thing called GPT-3, and people and companies are using it to generate things like marketing copy or to automatically write code. They have something else called Dolly that you might have heard of, where you can just type words and it'll make a picture of those words. And these things are good and useful and getting better at breakneck speed. In addition to building these services, OpenAI has set up an investment fund where they're looking to support and accelerate the layer of companies who are able to integrate these services in useful ways in fields like healthcare, education, or creativity.
Well, I might have made it too gnarly.
So Descript is now one of those companies because they took a look at Descript and I guess they saw what we see, which is that our kind of interaction model for making video content, not only is it made possible because of AI, but it really is the ideal receptacle for this coming explosion of AI-enabled content capabilities. So much of this crazy progress that's happening in AI is happening in text, audio, and video generation, and Descript is right at the intersection of those things. So we feel really grateful to have the support of OpenAI. This AI stuff is going to be transformative. It's going to impact us all before we know it, and we couldn't have asked for a better partner to help us navigate it than OpenAI. More practically speaking, this partnership is going to mean some great new stuff coming to Descript in the next year. The new version that we're releasing today is really just laying the foundation for this new kind of video editor that we're excited to keep building with you. So go out and try the new version. You can download it for free and see what we're up to, and we hope you like it a lot. Thanks.